This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. There's nothing quite like the sound and feel of a fresh set of strings, is there? Suddenly your guitar seems to be just a little bit more high definition in the way it sounds, and that lovely fresh slinky feel that you get because the strings don't have sweat and skin and other bits of bodily detritus caked onto them. No matter how much you clean your strings, you can never get them back to the way they feel when they're new. That's what I was doing there. I just restrung that guitar, and as I was noodling around, I came up with that rhythm guitar part at the beginning of that piece, and I thought I could do something with this, so I did. The reason I'm talking about new strings is because today being Wednesday, we're dealing with viewers' questions. So if you have any questions or queries of a music or guitar related nature, then get in touch. You can see the website address there at the top of the screen, link in the description. Use the email form there to send me a question, or you can leave a comment below this or any of my other videos, or you can just send me an email, jrguitartuition@gmail.com. That said, this week's question actually comes from one of my students, and I thought it was worth featuring in a video because he's relatively new to playing the guitar. And his question was, how often are you meant to change your strings? And it's a difficult thing to quantify, isn't it? I think he was expecting an answer like in this many weeks or that many months or that many days for that matter, a time scale. But what I ended up demonstrating was that it's about how the string sounds and how it tunes. For example, one of the first things that I start to notice when I need new strings is the fact that I often get a bit of fret buzz where there shouldn't be some. Nothing horrendous, nothing that you couldn't play through if you were determined to, but it's usually on the kind of first or second string in the cowboy chords area, a little bit like this. And then if you compare that with the same note played on the new string, you'll notice that that slightly sitar-like quality has now disappeared. So the sound of the strings is one factor that's going to tell you when you need to change them. The other thing is, of course, the one that you're probably already thinking of, the intonation, how in tune your strings are as you move up the neck. We check this by playing the harmonic at the 12th fret and then checking the 12th fret note. And once again, here's the old string. So you could see there that the fretted note was actually sharp compared to the harmonic, a dead giveaway that your strings need changing. Don't be tempted to adjust your intonation with old strings. Always put new strings on first, then adjust if necessary. Let's take a look and see what the new string sounds like or looks like in terms of intonation without making any adjustments to the bridge at all. So as you could see there, it was still a little bit out, and I've since taken care of that. All you got to remember when you're adjusting intonation is a simple mnemonic: fret, flat, forward. If the fretted note is flat, you move the bridge saddle forward, and by forward I mean this way. So therefore, if in that case the fretted note was sharp, you move the bridge saddle back. Easy to remember: fret, flat, forward. So those are the giveaways that I find tell me when I need to change my strings. It's a little bit like when a knife goes blunt. It doesn't just kind of stop being sharp. It just kind of loses its sharpness gradually, and you don't realise until you sharpen it again that how blunt it was a lot of the time. Anyway, that is the answer to the question. How often do you change your strings? The bottom line is you change them when they need changing, and that is how you tell whether they need changing or not. So keep your ears open for things that sound a little bit out of tune when you move up the neck. Keep your ears open for that kind of slightly sitar-like fret buzzy kind of sound on the treble strings at the lower frets. Those are the two giveaways for me. And you may have also noticed that when I was taking a tuning reading on the old strings, just the initial reading on the tuner was a little bit vague. It took a little bit longer to settle down. That's another thing to watch out for. It was one of the reasons back in the 80s why I was always frustrated when I tried to tune up using an electronic tune. Remember the big ones with a big moving coil meter that everyone used to use back then? Because I could never get a stable reading out of it. It never occurred to me that I needed to put new strings on. But there you go, you live and learn. By the way, that little solo at the top of the video, there is, of course, as usual, a full tab for that in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with a clip of me playing it and the jam track I was playing along with. All of that is, as usual, up on my Patreon page. There's the address. Link is in the description. As I'm sure you know by now, $3 or £2.50 a month gets you access to all of these additional resources that go along with these YouTube videos. A massive, massive thank you to everyone who supports me in that or any of the other ways, all of which are linked you know where down below in the description. But that is pretty much it for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this little video and found it useful and informative. And if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not drop me a like as well while you're at it. Don't forget the live stream every Friday, 5 PM UK time. We drink beer and talk music and guitars and whatever else crops up, quite frankly, which is often quite a lot. It's a great way to kick off the weekend, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.